Morning, how you guys doing? This Mike back with the thought of the day, September 21st, 2023. First, I want to give honor and praise to the Elohim of Israel for waking me up and giving me the strength and the wisdom to bring you this message. Then I like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today's subject I want to talk about might ruffle some feathers, but it is what it is. It's only my experience and my opinion, so it is what it is. And I want to talk about our women being under attack. And I shot down 4 areas on how our women are under attack, especially the women of Israel. And the first area I want to talk about is from our own men. In the last couple of years, it's been a rise in murders and high-level domestic violence against our women, and it's a shame, man. I'm trying to figure out where's this spirit coming from, because there's definitely a spirit among us. I never seen our men resort to violence of killing their wives or killing their baby mothers in front of kids and things of that nature. So that's the first way they're under attack, and the solution is, ladies, we have to go out when a guy shows interest in you, find you a spiritual man in your life, whether it's an uncle, a father, a cousin, or somebody that could vet that man. Have that man sit down, have him meet that man first. Have that man vet that man, because men know men. And he'll be able to vet him and to let you know if he's spiritually fit to be with you. We carry a lot of different spirits and things of that nature, and right now, that demonic spirit has taken over, especially in our neighborhoods. And if you feel yourself being attracted to that kind of man, do some spiritual work or get you a therapist to figure out why are you attracted to that kind of guy. I'm not blaming you for this situation, because the men need to carry themselves in a different manner, but have that man vetted. Have him vetted before you get in a relationship with him. Next, we have the media. The media are creating these gender wars, trying to empower you guys to point you guys to want to be single, because once they split the household up or they have you single, it makes more money for the economy. We all know that you guys are impulsive shoppers. You're very emotional when it comes to that, so you tend to spend more money. And without the logical head with you, which is the man, you're gonna spend way more than you should spend. So a lot of that is to create the gender wars to keep us at each other, so you guys can go out and have this economy booming, just buying things that you don't necessarily need. Pocketbooks all over the house, closets full of shoes and things of that nature. Amazon's coming to the crib every day. That's by design, and they want to keep you like that. You know what I'm saying? So get you a spiritual head so he can calm you down and say, nah, babe, we got things that we need to do. We can't buy that right now. Then don't pay attention to the gender wars, because most of the people that's doing these podcasts and shows, that's not the life they're living at home. They got a whole different life at home. But they're using you guys to make money on the front end and the back end. So we got to move wiser in that. The next one is the music. The music. Since the biblical times, our women have been, God said they were the weaker vessel. So a lot of things since the Garden of Eden, when Satan was able to talk to Eve, our women are moved by what they hear. While men are moved by what we see, women are moved by what they hear. So you have these female artists out now with the Beyoncés and the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's, and they promote this single womanhood while they're married or while they're in long-term relationships. But they paint this picture to our women that have their mind clouded. Now they trying to also undercut us with these girl rappers. For our young girls, Gorilla, Sukahana, Sexy Red, Spice Lady or Old Spice, whatever this new girl name is. And that's the only thing that's on the radio right now. They're trying to train our young girls to never want to be wives, to never want to be submissive and play the role that the Most High wanted them to play. I have young girls at my job that telling me, Mr. Mike, I'm for the streets. That hurt, hearing a young girl say this, and it's all hypnotizing to these kids. We got to monitor what we listen to, monitor our eyes and our ears for what's going in. And especially with our women and our young girls, because they're very impressionable. Fellas, we got to go back and be a covering for them so they can to try to guard them from these kind of invasions that's coming in. And last but not least, and I know this is going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but the spirit, I have to be real about this. Our women are under attack from a lot of the black pastors. Not all of them. So let's get that straight. I'm not talking about all, but a lot. And they're being attacked emotionally and in their pocketbooks. See, where our women are driven by emotions. So you have a pastor that gives them a sermon, and at the end he turns this organ on, and it sends a jolt to their spirit, and they're more likely to sign that check and give up that money. If you look around at the churches, most of them are 90% women, because he understands that if he says the right thing, they're gonna give up that money. So he's gonna talk about your season to come and your harvest and what God is gonna do for you. It's either what God is gonna do for you or what He's gonna get you out of, because He know that we're dealing with a lot of trauma, and especially our women are are the weaker vessels, so they know how to attack them. So you come home from church after one of those sermons, you call up your friend or your boyfriend or somebody, and you be like, you should have heard Pastor today, he gave a sermon. But then when they ask you, what did you learn, you can't remember learning anything, because it was all about the emotionalism. It's not about teaching you who you really are or your role as a woman by reading Proverbs 31. It's not about that. It's about them keeping you emotional, so you assign those checks, because they know, and they're gonna salute your independence. They're gonna salute your single womanhood, because they know if you had a logical man sitting next to you, he would tell you, no, babe, we got bills to pay. You're not giving him all of that money. So they're not gonna support or iterate you being married. They're not gonna reiterate that, because they don't want nobody coming in messing up their bread. So they're gonna keep talking to you guys about the season and your harvest and this and that. And they're gonna wrap it up in a nice emotional sermon at the end. They're gonna tell that man to hit that organ. You're gonna play that music, and it's like a drug. They want you to lead her on the high. You're gonna put that money in that plate, and then next week, after you done sing for a while, you're gonna come back and you're gonna do it again. So the solution is, find you a spiritual home that's working through that book, that's teaching you what you need to be as a woman and how you're supposed to conduct yourself, and find you a head. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not leaving that church feeling some kind of conviction, then you're not in the right place. This is about getting better. This is not about making us feel good. So those are the 4 ways I see that our women are under attack. I hope all you guys take this with love. This is Brother Mike. Enjoy your day. Shalom.